Hey, what's going on, Guardians? TBL here with your weekly vendor weapon roll recommendations. At New Monarchy this week, there wasn't really too much in the way of great weapons, but the First Citizen 9 this week isn't bad at all. This thing's rocking extended mags, lightweight, perfect balance, crowd control, and hidden hand, making for a pretty decent mixture for PvE. You might want a little bit more stability though. Moving over to the Crucible Quartermaster, the 0 Day Dilemma this week actually isn't bad. While it doesn't have any aim assist boosting sights, it does boast crowd control, grenadier, small bore, appended magazine, and finally persistence, giving it some decent stability options and range options there with small bore, although it is going to knock your magazine size down just a bit, but it mixes in pretty well with the persistence perk. Or you could go the opposite way and forego small bore for appended magazine to bump that magazine size up and still get some pretty decent stability thanks to persistence. If you're into high impact autos, this one might not be too bad at all. Alright, after that we've got the B29 Party Favor with a pretty serviceable roll this week. It's got the Sure Shot iron sights to boost its aim assist just a little bit, and perk-wise this thing is rocking Rodeo, Take a Knee, Small Bore, Feather Mag, and Counterbalance. And the big ticket items there are of course Small Bore and Counterbalance. Small Bore is going to give you a little bit more range, a little bit more stability, and that mixes in perfectly with the Counterbalance. It's going to make this gun kind of a laser, but you have to watch out for that. Small Bore drops this thing's magazine size to like 18, and I think Feather Mag drops it even further than that. So while this will be a very stable variant of this gun, you are sacrificing a lot in terms of bullets. Next up, the Each New Day Fusion Rifle at the Crucible Quartermaster's got an interesting roll. It's got the reflex sight for the bonus to aim assist, spray and play for those faster reloads when you run out of ammo, last resort, hand-laid stock for the big boost to this gun's stability, enhanced battery for a little bit more in the magazine, and then hidden hand for a bonus to aim assist. This isn't bad. Spray and play is a great perk for fusion rifles and, well, really everything, and hand-laid stock is the best in-class stability perk you can get. That mixed in with the bonus aim assist from hidden hand might not be a bad gun at all. Alright, moving on to Dead Orbit. This week, the Last Ditch 001 isn't bad. It's got aggressive ballistics, which gives it a little bit more impact, flared magwell, snapshot, small bore, close and or personal, and rangefinder. This is a pretty serviceable roll. It's not the best roll you can get of it, but it's pretty good. Again, aggressive ballistics is going to give you a little bit more impact. Snapshot is going to help counteract that lower draw speed that you get from rangefinder. Small bore is going to bump up both your range and your stability by just a little bit without really affecting your magazine size on this gun. And then of course, rangefinder gives you that extra precious little bits of range that you need. And rangefinder is of course going to bump out that range just a little bit further. Overall, not bad. And then we have the Unto Dust 00, and this one, it's a bad rocket launcher, but it's got a decent roll this week. This thing is coming with Field Scout, Snapshot, Perfect Balance, Spray and Play, and Grenades and Horseshoes, and this would normally be a great perk setup for rockets. You've got Field Scout for the bonus to your magazine, Spray and Play, which is a great perk for rocket launchers, getting that faster reload, and then Grenades and Horseshoes is the best in-slot perk you can get on any rocket. If only the base stats of the Unto Dust were a little bit better. Sad. But alright, moving on to the Vanguard Quartermaster. This is one that's been getting a lot of buzz, the Continental Mid-Impact Auto Rifle. It doesn't have any aim assist boosting scope, but it does come with Rodeo, Hipfire, Perfect Balance, Counterbalance, and Appended Magazine, which makes for a pretty interesting combination on a mid-impact auto rifle. Hipfire is an underrated perk for these guns, and of course the mixture between Perfect Balance and Counterbalance is going to make this thing as stable can be. Don't worry about the Rodeo perk, it basically doesn't do anything, but the mixture of Hipfire, Perfect Balance, Counterbalance, probably not going to be a bad choice of perks for the Continental. Next up we've got the Parthian Shot, which looks very similar. This one does come with the reflex sight, which does boost its aim assist, and of course perk-wise it's rocking Secret Round, Take a Knee, Perfect Balance, Rifled Barrel for that big boost to range, and then Counterbalance. Now again, the mixture of Perfect Balance and Counterbalance is going to make this gun that already has decent base stats even better. It's going to turn into a laser beam. I probably wouldn't be using Secret Round since it really overall just doesn't do anything. If you miss a couple of those shots, the fourth shot is going to miss as well. Probably take a knee over that, which does give you improved accuracy and stability as well as reduced aim time and flinch under fire. It might actually work pretty well on this gun. Just make sure you're kneeling and you'll be able to take advantage of all those bonuses plus Perfect Balance plus Counterbalance, which should turn this thing into a literal laser beam. I might actually have to pick this up and test it out and see exactly how well that take a knee perk works. Overall, this is definitely not a bad variant of the Parthian Shot at all. Alright, finally we've got the Bone Crusher, and this thing's got a very interesting roll this week. It's a high impact LMG that does come with aggressive ballistics, which pushes that impact up even further. Perk-wise, it's rocking Feeding Frenzy. Kills with this weapon will increase your reload speed, which is very good on LMGs. Guerrilla Fighter, Small Bore, Rifled Barrel, and Crowd Control. And this is overall a pretty decent roll of this gun. Again, the bonus impact you're going to be getting from aggressive ballistics is definitely helpful. Feeding Frenzy basically negates the low reload speed that LMGs generally have, and also means that you generally don't have to worry about Rifled Barrel lowering that reload speed even further. So you get the full effect of the increased range without having to worry about your reload speed. And of course, Crowd Control is great for those follow-up kills. Alright, on to the Future War Cult. This week's roll of the Walt might be the best of the week. It's got the reflex sight for bonus to aim assist, high caliber rounds and hip fire, and then perfect balance, third eye, counterbalance. We've been seeing this perfect balance counterbalance combination a lot this week, but this might be the best of the bunch. Definitely pick that one up. Then we've got the Wormwood, which is kind of a high-range version of this gun. There's no aim assist boosting sights this time around, but it does come with that hand-loaded perk as well as rangefinder, which is going to push this gun's range out to really, really good levels. Then finally, we've got the Warpath Future War Cult rocket launcher, and this thing's something special this week. It's not a god roll rocket, you know, it's missing that grenades and horseshoes, but it does have the combination of Field Scout, Tripod, Cluster Bombs. Which is great. This gun's already got great base stats with a huge blast radius, so you don't need heavy payload. You can just take advantage of that tripod cluster bomb combination. It kind of makes it like a mini Hezen Vengeance. So if you haven't picked up that rocket from the Vault of Glass, this is a definite substitute for it. The Warpath is not bad at all. But alright Guardians, is pretty much it for the few weapons that we wanted to post up as our recommendations this week. Now remember, these aren't the only good weapons on sale, just the few we wanted to bring to your attention. Be sure to let us know what you guys think and what you guys have picked up down in the comment section below. And of course, thanks so much for watching. As always, I am the Black Link. You Guardians, stay frosty.